item on the agenda is the motion to approve the minutes of the meeting of July the 22nd, 2020. I hear any action on that?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
You make a motion. I have a second.
Mr. Chairman, I'll second that motion.
Motion has been made and second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, likewise. This motion does carry. Next on the agenda, we have a motion to approve the following grants: voluntary pre-K, $100,808.09, and family resource, $29,611.65.
The pre-K grant is an increase of 1309, and then family resource is the same as last year.
Is there any questions on that? If not, do I hear any action be taken?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
All right, motion
I'll
has
second.
been made and second. Just a second. Motion has been made and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, likewise. This motion does carry. Next on the agenda, we have a motion to approve contracts for Phyllis Sullivan, Glenise Cole, Jan Walter, Regina Jolly, Stephanie Maynard, and Lola Martin.
The very first page shows you, we have reduced all the contracts by so many days, and it shows you the savings of it also. And the three that are highlighted in blue, this is their last year with contracts, so those positions will be going away. Miss Lola, has not started yet, and she may not, because she is babysitting. So, yeah, so she may not be returning, so that would be that one. And then Stephanie Maynard is federal, so that does not come out of the GP budget, that's strictly federal.
Okay, is there any questions on that? Do I hear any action be taken?
I'll make a motion to approve the contracts for Phyllis Sullivan, Glenise Cole, Jan Walker, Regina Jolly, Stephanie Maynard, and Lola Martin.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion has been made and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, likewise. This motion does carry. Next on the agenda, we have a motion to approve a budget amendment to Carl Perkins Basic.
And it's where we're moving $6,450 so that we can purchase the online curriculum for CTE.
Okay, is there any questions on this matter?
I'll make a motion to approve the amendment of Carl Perkins.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I need a second?
I'll second that.
Our motion has been made and second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, likewise. This motion does carry. Next on the agenda, we have a motion to approve the bus bid in the amount of $107,612 from Mid-South.
Last year, the bus cost us a little bit over $104. And this is the one that we're gonna purchase with our bus grant from Volkswagen we received. And so it'd be 75 to 78,000 is what we should get back on this, so.
We get hired and everything.
Yes. Yeah, it's 78 passenger also. And, of course, there's 4 cameras on the new ones now, and things, so, and they pick up really well, cause I saw one today, cause we had to view one, so.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the bus bid 107-612 from Mid-South.
Okay, motion been made, do I hear a second?
Chairman, I'll second the motion.
The motion has been made second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, likewise. This motion does carry. Next on the agenda, we have Mr. Johnson, who want to address the school board.
Where would you like me?
Well, you don't want to get too close, but right here would be fine. One of these spots here.
Just anywhere out here?
Yeah, that's good.
That's fine.
Folks, I really appreciate y'all letting me come in and talk to me today. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I have a Bachelor of Science degree in Laboratory Technology from Auburn University. I have a degree in chemistry and a degree in biological sciences. My dad was a veterinarian. I delivered my first pig when I was 4 years old. I have been around medicine all of my life. I taught human anatomy and physiology down here at Georgia Career Institute until I retired from being a lawyer. Science is the answer. Truth is the answer. My sister in a nursing home in Alabama just recently spent 10 days on a ventilator. We were preparing her funeral, and she pulled it out somehow. My daughter, resident of Van Buren County, which many of you probably know, tested positive and was out on quarantine. My wife, upon finding my daughter had this disease, killing disease, she tested positive. She had little or no symptoms. I've got a grandchild that I'm taking care of today, and my wife is taking care of today, because he has the symptoms after coming to school here, and yet he tested negative. Okay? Folks, this virus is right here, right now. It might be in this room, like a copperhead snake. We'd all either get a stick and go at it or run the other way. This is serious stuff. When my daughter tested positive on July the 20th, my wife, she got a result from the 22nd. At that time, there were either 19 or 20 cases in Van Buren County. Today, what is this, 3 weeks later or so? It's over 40. This stuff is rampant. We're lucky because we're isolated. And if you look, there's all kinds of information available. You don't have to do much to find the answers. But when you look at when Walmart started requiring masks, and Lowe's, and even Save-A-Lot, I was in McMinnville today and I drove by, I don't know about this one, but they require masks. As soon as all these stores started requiring masks, the incident started going down. Now, the CDC, Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the head guy, Mr. Redfield, he said, all Americans have a responsibility to protect themselves, their families, and their communities by wearing masks. In the Tennessee Department of Health recommendations for the management of COVID-19 in schools, in the section called overreaching recommendations, all staff should always wear a cloth face covering while on campus unless they have trouble breathing, they're unconscious, incapacitated, or unable to remove their mask without assistance. Look at your yearbook. Look at those little faces. Look at these kids. And then they're going home to their grandparents who are at risk. You probably heard a 6-year-old kid in Georgia died a couple weeks ago, an 11-year-old. a month ago, I read that there were 85 confirmed cases of children under 1 year of age having this stuff. The problem is, it's been on so long, we're getting kind of complacent, but think about it. Why do you start seeing more and more people on TV wearing masks that weren't wearing masks 2 months ago? Finally, the science is here. The way to prevent the spread of this virus in our community and amongst our kids, I mean, would you like to lose that kid, line 2, page 4, or their grandparents, or maybe their little baby brother at home, they take it home too? You can't see this stuff. You can't smell this stuff. Everyone should assume they have this virus, and that everyone they come into contact with has this virus. It's nothing, we don't need to let people die or unnecessarily get sick. It's over 173,000, 172 something, and another one said 173, I guess I got a recent count. Today, people in the United States of America have died. That is more deaths of Americans than we lost soldiers in World War II. It's just now getting to going. And if you drop your defenses, it's going to get you. And then guess what? Once somebody dies or gets killed, then we'll start wearing masks. We need to do it now. And I was very, very disappointed when I went to the orientation for distance learning. That's being a teacher is an onerous job. When you're in the business, it's a big deal. And to try to take 7.5 hours out of our day, 5 days a week, to teach our kids was just not feasible for us. I'm sorry, it just wasn't. And to see our educators, you learn more from books. Now they got computers, but you learn from what other people do. You're somebody's hero. You got a grandkid and you're that kid's hero. You got a mother maybe or a father that's in the nursing home in Sparta. Sparta has tons more cases than we do. Over here at the prison, they had a big outbreak over there in Bledsoe County. And people here used to work there, I guess they still do. But once, where have I been today? None of you have a clue. Where have you been, sir? I don't have a clue, and it's none of my business. Except that when I pick up this book, which is a low chance of transmission, did I just get that virus on my fingers? And when I rub my eyes, did I poke it in my eyes? You don't know. It's silent, it's invisible, and it's death. And if you don't die, but your neighbor does, well, you lost a neighbor. And all I'm asking, there's nobody anywhere that's a scientist of any credibility that recommends not wearing a mask when you're around others. It's proven. Social distancing, and by the way, the 6 feet is an arbitrary number. You hear how loud I'm talking right now, I'm pretty excited. If I didn't have this mask on, I would be spewing droplets 12 feet. So please, love yourself, love the kids, love our community, and all you have to do is wear a mask and keep your distance. And I appreciate you letting me come here. As you can see, I almost lost my little sister from this stuff. It's been right next door to me. I've been riding around with it. I've been living in a home with my wife with it. And by the way, when you test these kids for 100.4, it's already science that you don't have to have any symptoms to transmit this disease. You don't have to have 104. You can have 98.6 and they come in and da-da-da. I can't believe that we're testing their temperature with an employee or staff, whatever employee, I guess, that's not wearing a mask. They get right up in the kid's face and shoot this ray gun at them, and if they had it, they're just putting it right on the kids. So anyway, I just want you to think, yeah, it's not convenient, but it's a hell of a lot more convenient than dying or killing somebody else. And that's all I've got to say, folks. If you got any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. And once again, as you can see, this is kind of an exciting topic for me, because it hit home. And when it hits your home, it's gonna be a lot more important. But don't let it hit your home. What Barney Fife say? Nip it in the bud. Right? When it's low incident is the best time to buckle up and be safe. Because this virus can only live for a few days on that book right there. Okay? Most of it, by the way, is come from your mouth and moisture droplet. The masks like I got are about as good as you can get. They show on their testing that you need to pinch this nose in, or else the droplets will go out. And they do not recommend a single cloth gaither, because when you stretch it out over your face, it increases the size between the threads, and it's not very effective. But please remember, these kids are gonna do like you do. And when they go out, they need to be wearing a mask. And once again, I'll get out of here, but I appreciate your time. If anybody has any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
Okay.
All right, thank y'all very much.
Thank you.
You have anything else?
I was just gonna tell y'all the enrollment numbers.
And then,
This is today's, we have 88 VIP kids, which is more than I was expecting, but I think most places have been hit with several. White County has about 350 thereabouts.
yeah,
Warren County has about 1,300. Yeah, they got hit hard. Putnam County has about 900, Jackson County has about 150. Bledsoe was at about 180 the last I heard, and I think Pickett was 60, 70 something right now. And then our enrollment numbers are 744. Last year it was 735, so we're up 9 right now. Of course, you know, a lot of things change between now and Labor Day, so.
It's not counting preschool, right?
That's excluding preschool. With pre-K, we have 788.
44, huh?
Mhm.
Okay. Anything else within the board? Like,
Is everything going good on the online deal? Everybody getting what they need? All the information?
It's getting out there. I've done, me and Miss Tiff and Miss BB one day went on home visits last Friday to several places because they were struggling, especially juniors and seniors right now, because that's what we're concentrating on because of the credits and all that. And then we went yesterday for home visits, and so that has helped some of them understand what they have to do for the CTE classes and things like that, so.
we have any like missing that's not, come to either? I know that a lot of school
Yes.
systems are having a lot of missing. We're
Yes.
just missing in action.
And that's where the next set of home visits, we're fixing to hit those, because we
Yeah.
talked about that today. Yes,
Missing
we
in
do have
action.
a few.
They're not doing the virtual or the.
Or the other,
Or
yeah.
coming
If they're
in.
gonna have to pick one or the
Yeah,
other.
yeah, they're not doing either.
Or go homeschool.
Yeah.
And I did make a parent mad yesterday because she wanted more options besides the come to school and VIP, and she didn't like homeschool and she wanted something else, and she wanted it back like it was in the spring. Well, you know, no, it didn't work in the
Nothing
spring.
happened.
Nobody was
Right.
prepared for that one. She wanted a paper packet and she didn't want to spend the 7 hours a day, you know, and so she didn't like what I had to say. In case you get a phone call, Barry, that was
Yeah,
your
we
district.
we probably extended the date maybe a little long, but, to Labor Day, but,
We did.
we ended up.
But some of them are planning on coming back.
Yeah.
And they've learned that
okay.
this is not what they want to do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get a virtual to work, to get all that work in.
It is.
Especially if we're on, ain't no help.
Right.
That's right.
No help there. Well, I mean, well, they get it, but it's a lot harder to get than hollering at somebody across the room.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
How many high school kids do you know that went virtual?
How many high school? There's about 40 something. Half of them are high school.
I heard
Ninth
that-
and 11th are hit hard.
I figured that the juniors,
Yeah.
seniors, I figured want to be a senior here,
Yeah.
but then the juniors are done with it.
Yeah, and then
Maybe.
most of the classes are like 4, 5, and 6 that are doing them, but, 9th and 11th are
Ninth
two
and
that,
11th.
9th has 12 or 13, and then 11th has 13, 14 right now. Those are the two
Mhm.
classes.
Mm.
And we keep that updated every day, so.
Any other questions then the board? If not, a hearing action.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, motion been made.
I'll
and
second the motion.
Motion has been made, second, all